Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building this Soo Line Baldwin center cab locomotive. 45 of these were built way back when, and they featured a separate engine on each side of the cab. When I seen pictures of these, I figured this was something that would be really unique to build in Minecraft. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here. As usual, I'm going to build it on the front of the train I already have here. So our first step is to take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler, and get that connected up to this coupler here. On the next block back, a row of 5 polished black stone stairs, facing this way, sitting on the rails like this. In the middle, a dark oak slab to be the coupler extended out, because these locomotives had this little edge on the front of the plow. Then we need a 5x3 of polished black stone block. Then we'll come on underneath here with a dark oak fence gate to be the air hose. Then on each side of the coupler on this other locomotive, we'll delete the fence gates and replace it with dark oak fence and extend those down to the plow on this to be the connected air hoses. Then on the outside edge of that, we'll open a dark oak fence gate on each side into the plow. Switch back to polished black stone block, and we're going to make this T-shaped pattern. Then an end rod down on bottom above each rail. Back to polished black stone block now, and another 5x3 coming to each side of the rails here. Behind that, on the second block up, a row of upside down polished black stone stairs facing this way. Now take out netherite to be the wheels and skip another block back behind where those upside down stairs are. Get netherite on each rail with an end rod axle to be the wheels. Then we're going to do an upside down back to back T-shaped pattern with nether brick stairs, going 5 across the rails. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle, and then another upside down T-shaped pattern going 5 across of nether brick stairs. So 5 that way, 5 facing this way. Then one more set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then we open dark oak fence gates into each of the wheels on the end here, and each of the wheels on the end here. Now we switch back to polished black stone block, and on this top second block up, in front of where those upside down stairs are, start filling in the top middle 3 here. We're going to bring it all the way down to the end of this truck, above where those fence gates are, and then out another 2 rows of 3 past that. Come sit on top of this here, crouch, and we're going to place a row of sideways anvils coming 5 across the rails down there. Then come around on top, and another row of 3 polished black stone blocks, and another one sticking out past the anvils. Then we come underneath and fill in the bottom 3 with blocks. And then we extend it out by another 1 coming out on each side, so it's 5 across the rails. Then we extend the bottom out by another 6 blocks, so this box will be 7 blocks long in total. And we fill in the top and the bottom here. So we have a big rectangle that's 5 wide and 7 blocks long. Now, just like we did before, we're going to come around on the end of this and stand on top, and we're going to crouch, and we're going to put another line of 5 anvils down on the rails to be the second air tank. Once that air tank's in, we switch back to polished black stone block, and another row of 3 in the middle on the second level here, and then 2 more rows of 3, so it's coming out 2 past that air tank. After that, we have to do our next set of wheels, so take out netherite, skip another block past the end of this, and get netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then, just like on front, back to nether brick stairs, and an upside down back to back T-shaped pattern coming 5 across the rails. So 5 that way, and 5 this way. Then the next set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then back to nether brick stairs for another upside down back to back T-shaped pattern that's 5 wide. So 5 this way, and 5 coming this way. Then one more set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Now we take dark oak fence gate and open it into the ends of the wheels here, and open it into the ends of the wheels here to be the sanders and air hoses. Then we switch back to polished blackstone block, and we keep extending this top middle 3 down over the truck, and we bring it down to the other end here. We stop above where the fence gates are. Then we skip a block forward from this, and still using polished blackstone blocks, we have to make a 5x3 coming across to each side of the rails here. So 5 wide and 3 high. And then extend that out on this side as well. Then we take polished blackstone stairs on the second level, upside down and facing this way coming across in that gap. Swing around the front, and we make this T-shaped pattern here with polished blackstone blocks. Then an end rod down above each rail on bottom. Then another 5x3 of polished blackstone blocks to be the front plow here. Then back to polished blackstone stairs and a row facing this way across the bottom to be this little ledge. Swing around 1 block in front of it with a dark oak stair to be the coupler and get it stacked up to that second block. Delete the ones you used for placement. Then we connect that to the plow with a dark oak slab. On the second block up on each side, we open dark oak fence gates into the plow. And then 1 more dark oak fence gate underneath the coupler. Now we're going to come in with a blackstone button and put a button on the top corner of each side of the plow here. And we'll go down and do the same thing on the other end. So a blackstone button on each corner of the top of the plow. Now switch to polished blackstone slab and stack them in that gap on the bottom hitbox of each of the 3. Same thing here. This will be our stairs to get on the locomotive. Then we do this end, so same thing on the bottom hitbox in this gap of each of the 3 blocks, we put a slab. And then same thing on this corner. Now come on the side of the fuel tank with a crimson button, and 1 in from the end on each side, put a button. Same thing here. 1 block in from the end on each side, put the button. Then switch to another brick slab, and we're going to run it across the top on the side of the truck here, going from wheel to wheel. Same thing here, so starting at the back wheel and going to the front wheel. Same thing here, run your slabs across the top of this truck. And 1 more to go. Another row of slabs going from wheel to wheel here. Then we're going to take out a grindstone, and underneath here, everywhere there's a wheel, we hang an upside down grindstone in front of it. So same thing here, upside down grindstone in front of all 3 wheels. Then of course, we have to do the other side the same way. So an upside grindstone here, upside down grindstone here, and here. And 1 more corner to go, upside down grindstones in front of all 3 of these wheels here. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take out red concrete block. We're going to come around on top here, and on this top, coming 5 across, we're going to fill this whole gap in end to end with red concrete. Now, still using our red concrete here, we're going to come to the end, and in the middle, 2 blocks from the end, we make a column of 5. And then kitty corner to that on each side, we make another column of 5. And we'll do the same thing down on the other end here. So in the middle, 2 blocks from the end, a column of 5. And then another column of 5, kitty corner to that on each side here. Now we have to decide which end is the front here. Mine is going to be facing the void. Other railroads that had this center cab locomotive had symmetrical paint schemes, so it didn't matter so much, but just due to the nature of Soo Line's paint scheme, there's a specific front end. So we're going to come down to whichever end you pick to be the front and start working on that first here. So come on down to the front end with red concrete here, and on each side we're going to make a 3x2 of red concrete coming up. all actuality, we're going to raise that up by another row of 3 red concrete. Behind that on each side, we make a column of 5 red concrete coming up. Then we're going to fill in that middle 3 with coal, and then the blocks on the middle on each side. Then 3 anvils in between it, and then we're going to take out iron bars and put iron bars across the gap in front of the anvils on each side. That's going to be the vent that lets you see parts of the engine. Then we'll fill in the top with red concrete here. Now we'll build the engine compartment on the other end, and it's different. This time we're going to use smooth quartz blocks. So same thing but with smooth quartz. So we need a 3x3 on each side coming up, and then behind those a column of 5 smooth quartz coming up. Then we'll fill in the middle 3 with a block of coal, and the middle side blocks with a block of coal. 3 anvils, and then 3 iron bars on each side. Then we can fill in that hole with red concrete and the rest of the top with smooth quartz blocks. Now we're going to come along on the side, and directly above, lined up with where the fuel tank is, we make a row of 7 smooth quartz. Same thing on this side, making sure it's directly aligned with the fuel tank below it. Then we're going to go ahead and come above it, still using our smooth quartz blocks, and we're going to make another row on top of that, that's 7 long. And then same thing on the other side, another 7 smooth quartz blocks. Above that, we skip 1 block in on each end and put 1 smooth quartz. Same thing over there. Then we're going to fill this with coal for the locomotive number. Then a smooth quartz on each of these corners, and then blue stained glass panes for the windows coming across above the coal. Then smooth quartz stairs outward facing above the window. Same thing on this side, a row of smooth quartz stair outward facing. Then we can go ahead and fill in this roof of the cab with smooth quartz blocks. And above that, we're going to take out smooth quartz slabs here, because the curvature of the roof actually comes above the roof line of the rest of the locomotive. And we'll fill in this middle 3 with smooth quartz slabs on top of the cab here. Now we're going to come back up to the front end here, and we're going to switch back to red concrete. And on bottom, we're going to make this backwards L-shaped pattern that looks like stairs. Same thing on this side. Now we're going to come inside of this 2 block here, and we're going to start filling it with smooth quartz. And we're going to bring that all the way up to the front and over these red blocks here. And we'll fill it with smooth quartz all the way to the top here. Once that's filled in, we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Once we have both sides done, we can fill in this top middle gap as well. Now we'll do the same thing on this other side. Start filling everything to the top with smooth quartz blocks, coming all the way in here till it meets up with the cab. And then do the same thing on the other side of this end as well. In front of the cab here, we're actually going to knock out a 2-block gap here for a door. And we'll go around on the opposite side for the front end and knock out a 2-block gap there for a door. Then down on the outside edge, on bottom there, we're going to extend it out by 4 smooth quartz blocks on each side to be the walkways. Same thing here, so 4 smooth quartz blocks here and 4 on this side. Then we can swing around on top here and fill in this top middle 3 on this end as well. Now we take a birch door and we put it in that gap here, and we swing around on the other side and put it in that gap there. Now we come around on top of the nose with polished blackstone brick slab. In the middle, 1 block from the end, we make a row of 5 slabs. Then we skip a block and we make a row of 4 trap doors. Skip another block, and then over on this side, we put a polished blackstone wall to be the exhaust. On the opposite side of that, we're going to open back-to-back dark oak fence gates to be the horn. Then we're going to swing down and do the other end here. So same thing, 1 block in from the middle, 5 polished blackstone brick slabs. Then we're going to skip a block and 4 trap doors, and then we skip a block and we put over on that side this time the wall to be the exhaust stack. In the middle, directly in front of the cab on either side, we put a flower pot. Now we take out a ladder to be a vent, and on top, in front of where that vent is, we put a ladder on top and we alternate with a block of space. So you should have 5 ladders coming down with a block of space between them. Same thing here, start in front of those vents and alternate your pattern with a block of space between each ladder. So you have 5 coming down. Then we have to do this side. So start there and alternate a block of space between them until you have 5 coming down. And 1 more corner to go here. 5 ladders on this side with space in between them. Now we're going to swing around to the front of the locomotive here, and in the top middle we're going to put an item frame with a glowstone to be the headlight. Then on the top, to the side, we're going to actually take out a birch sign to be the number plate. And this locomotive is numbered 397. And then we put one on the other side as well with 397 on it. And we're actually swing around on the corner and put another number plate on the side here on top. Same thing on this corner. Another number plate here with 397. Then we'll come down and do the same thing on this end. So a sign with 397 on it on the side on top, and then on the front on top. And then same thing over here, a sign here, and a sign there. Then we can switch back to our item frame with glowstone to be the headlight. And I just realized an error, the headlight needs to be moved down by 1. And then we have to fix it on the front here, because the front actually has a bell on the top middle. So knock out this headlight and move it down by 1 and put a bell on the top middle. Now we need to make some banners for our lettering. So get out a loom and come into it here. We're going to use a white banner in black dye. We put a diagonal, then a horizontal on top, and a horizontal on bottom. New banner. Horizontal on bottom, horizontal on top, vertical on the left, vertical on the right. New banner. Vertical on the left, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical in the middle, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, and a diagonal. New banner. Vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, horizontal in the middle. Now we switch to white dye and we put a white border around all of these letter banners that we just made here, just to make the letters look a little bit better. Now we'll come on top on the nose here, and on the side underneath that second ladder we're going to spell the word Soo. So S-O-O, skipping a block between them. Then on this end we got to spell out the word line, and we're actually going to start in the second gap between the letters and alternate with a block of space between the letters, just so the letters look like they stretch out far enough across the locomotive. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side here. So let's go ahead and come around to the other side. And under that second ladder, we'll put our S, and leaving a block of space, OO. Then over here, we start in the second block of space and spell out line with a gap of space between them. Now we're going to go ahead and take out crimson buttons for marker lights and put one on each side under the number plates on the front. Same thing down on this end. Crimson buttons for marker lights, so one under each sign on the back as well. Then we're going to switch to birch fence to be our railing. We come up by 4, and we're actually going to come all the way across on this one. You can leave it open like that if you want to walk between locomotives, but the real locomotive has the handrails coming all the way across. Then, above that, we fill in the top middle 5. Then we come around on the other side of these stairs, we come up by 4, and we're going to drag this all the way down towards the cab here. When we get to this smooth quartz block, we come up by 1, and then over some more here. The next block we come up by 1, and then over to connect to the cab. And we're going to do that same thing on all 4 corners. So on this end it's the same thing. We come up by 4, all the way across and down to the bottom, and the second block up we fill in the middle 5. And then same thing here, we come up by 4 and bring that over to connect, coming up and over where the stairs are. Same thing on the other side. Now that we have all our railings in place, we're going to take out black carpet and put it up on these stairs here and come all the way down the walkway on top of it with black carpet. Come all the way around the end here and fill everything in with black carpet and start bringing it up on this side. Same thing up on this walkway and up on this stair. Then we have to do this side the same way. So black carpet there, coming down here, coming down the red part of this walkway, and then all the way around the nose here, and then coming all the way up this walkway as well, and up on this walkway, and up on that stair. Now we need to make a window banner, so come back in a loom with a white banner and blue dye. Make the top half blue. Then switch to white dye and put a white border around it. This will make our windows. Then we can come up on the fronts and back of the cab to represent the windows here. So this banner here, and around on this side as well, and then this corner, and then this side of the cab. Now we're going to do the interior. So come through this door on the front end here. And we're going to take out a smooth stone block. And we're going to start filling in this floor at the same level as the door here. So bring this all the way back. And we'll spin around and fill that out here. Then in this gap, we're going to bring it 2 more back and then stack 2 in the block back to fill it in. Then we're going to put an end portal in there to be a toilet and a door across it. Now we'll spin around and work on the front of the cab here. So right here in front of this door in the middle, a column of 2 smooth stone blocks, and then 1 sticking out in the middle for a control stand. Then we can take out some item frames here, and we're going to go ahead and put 2 item frames up there with compasses for gauges. Then 2 levers on that control stand. Then we spin around and put in stairs to be our seats. Then we can put a torch in the back here to light it. And now our interior is complete. And there we have it, folks. We've completed this rather unique Soo Line Baldwin center cab locomotive. I hope you had as much fun building it as I did. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone, have a great week. Stay safe and stay tuned for more.